Have you ever wished you could just roll one single self-contained plant onto a site that handles everything from the toughest rock to recycled concrete and be crushing in, I don't know, hours instead of days?
That's the dream, right?
It is. And that promise of efficiency and power is exactly what the Lippmann 4800R portable plant claims to deliver.
Welcome to the Lippmann Academy CrushCast, built for decision makers in high-volume aggregate, mining, and recycling operations. Nick and Jessica share practical insight for those selecting crushing equipment, managing quarry and plant production, and driving uptime and efficiency across material processing fleets. If your work is about moving rock, maximizing tons per hour, and running safer, more profitable sites, this is your show. Let's get started.
Welcome to this episode of the Lippmann Academy CrushCast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Jessica, and we're your co-hosts. Each episode, we explore the equipment, technology, and operational strategies that matter to leaders in large-scale aggregate, mining, and recycling operations.
Can't wait to dig in. What's on tap today?
Mick, today we are sinking our teeth into a really serious piece of machinery. The Lippmann 4800R Portable Impact Crusher.
We certainly are.
So for everyone listening, we're going to cut right through the noise. Our mission is to give you a comprehensive, totally practical, deep dive on the tech, the safety, and the competitive advantages that make this thing the all-in-one crushing solution.
That's absolutely the goal, Jess. We want you to walk away understanding why the 4800R is built around four sort of core themes.
Okay, what are they?
Simple setup, super efficient electric components, truly user-friendly features, and, at the end of the day, just unparalleled performance out on the site.
All right, let's unpack that, starting with the raw muscle. I mean, this is a complete crushing plant. What are the central components that define the 4800R?
Okay, so the foundation is its quad-axle chassis. It's built for rugged portability. And at the core, you've got the 4248 horizontal shaft impactor, the HSI. That's really the engine of the whole operation.
And it works with that massive screen I saw in the specs.
Yeah, huge 6-foot by 14-foot 2-deck screen. It's all one integrated system, really designed to handle some serious tonnage.
Speaking of tonnage, let's talk power. How is this all driven? What are the options to maximize uptime?
You've got two primary options. First is the powerhouse, the Cat Diesel C9.3, which delivers 415 horsepower.
Okay.
And what's really important about that setup, Jess, is how the diesel system is configured. The crusher itself is directly driven off the diesel engine, which delivers efficient, direct power where it matters most.
And the rest of the plant?
The diesel engine also drives a generator, which supplies power to the remaining components, including the screen, conveyors, and the starters for the off-plant stackers. It's a well-balanced system designed to support uptime without unnecessary complexity. It saves a huge headache.
And what if an operation is aiming for, say, more electrical efficiency?
Then they can go for the full electric drive. That runs a really robust 250 horsepower crusher motor.
Ah, and that's where the efficient electric components part comes in?
That's it. All the other drives, the conveyors, the screen, that undercrusher pan feeder, they all use standard electric motors, the kind that are easy to service and find parts for.
I did notice the generator is, well, pretty large, 175 kilowatts. Why is that specific size such an advantage?
That extra capacity is it's crucial for site resilience. It's one of the highest you'll see in comparisons.
Right. That makes sense. Power equals productivity. Let's pivot to safety, because that is non-negotiable. What features make this machine safe and user-friendly, especially during maintenance?
Lippmann really put a lot of thought into safe access. When you're in run position, you get a fully guarded working platform that wraps all the way around the screen.
With real stairs?
With integrated staircases, full access catwalks. Plus, they've got these one-way gates at the platform entrances, which is a small detail that, prevents falls and just forces a safe way in and out.
Maintenance is always the most dangerous time, especially with heavy wear parts like blow bars. What's built in for that kind of work?
This is where you save so much time and risk. The 4800R comes with an on-board jib crane. It's rated for 1 ton.
And that's specifically for blow bar changes.
Specifically for that. And they even supply a special blow bar lifting tool. So your crew isn't trying to rig something up or use a big excavator for a small job.
I see.
And to top it off, there's a dedicated rotor locking tool to make sure nothing moves while you're working in there.
That jib crane sounds great, but does the 1 ton capacity ever feel limiting? Are operators tempted to just grab a big excavator instead?
That's a fantastic question, Jess. And no, because the capacity is perfectly tailored for the job. The blow bars are the heaviest parts you're changing regularly.
So by providing the right tool,
You're mandating the safest and easiest way to do the job. The temptation to use a less safe method just kind of disappears.
excellent. Let's talk about the electrical cabinet. I saw that it's hydraulically lowered.
Yes, another key design feature. When you're running, that cabinet sits on the ground.
And why is that?
2 reasons. First, it protects all those sensitive electronics from the vibration of the machine.
And second,
No lifting hazards for the technicians. They aren't wrestling heavy panels way up high. And it's located away from the feed zone, which is critical.
right. And you mentioned the overflow chute.
Yeah, the clear overflow bypass chute. It just keeps any spilled material from hitting the ground where it becomes a trip hazard and sends it right back onto the main conveyor.
That kind of smart engineering really adds up. Okay, Nick, let's visualize this. Walk us through the whole material journey. A loader drops a bucket full in. Then what?
All right, let's follow the rock. First, it's fed into the big 16-foot vibrating grizzly feeder.
Okay.
Immediately, and he finds material that's already small enough, just pass through the grizzly bars and go straight to the main conveyor.
Ah, so it bypasses the crusher entirely. That's got to save on wear and tear.
A ton of it. Why crush something that's already to spec? So then, the oversized material goes into the chamber for impact crushing.
Okay.
And this next step is crucial. The crushed material drops onto a heavy-duty vibrating pan feeder.
And not directly onto the belt?
No. And that pan feeder's like the belt's armor. It absorbs that sharp, heavy impact.
Preventing rips and tears on a very expensive belt.
Exactly. It's a huge cost saver. From the pan feeder, it discharges smoothly onto the 48-inch main conveyor, and then it heads up to that big 6x14 2-deck screen.
And now the real separation begins.
Right. Now you've got 3 paths. Material on the top deck goes to a cross-conveyor you can send off plant. Or
back for another round of crushing.
you got it. Material on the second deck has the same flexibility, a finished product, or send it back. Then the fines that pass through both decks go out the main fines conveyor.
And the material being sent back closes the loop.
Yep. The oversized that needs resizing goes on the 24-inch return conveyor and is reintroduced right back into the crushing chamber. A perfect closed loop.
That's incredibly efficient. Let's drill down into that impactor again, the 4248 HSI. What's inside that makes it perform so well?
Well, it starts with access. The whole chamber opens hydraulically, so you have completely clear access for maintenance.
And the rotor itself?
You can get a 3 or 4 bar open rotor. That open design lets fines pass right through again, so you're only crushing what you need to crush.
And what about the blow bars?
There are 4 flip blow bars, so you get 4 usable edges out of every single bar, which doubles the life compared to a 2-flip. And they have wear indicators, so you know exactly when it's time to flip.
And the curtains. That's where you control the product size.
Absolutely. The primary curtain is a monoblock. It's one solid cast piece. It's designed to just use its own weight to hold a consistent setting. No complex systems to fail.
And the secondary?
That one's spring-loaded, also for constant setting, but it has a hydraulic ram for super fast, easy adjustments. And that same focus on simplicity carries over to maintenance. The blow bars are secured using a simple shoe and jack wedge system, which makes changeouts faster, safer, and more consistent in the field. Very cost-effective to maintain.
Okay, let's talk recycling. Concrete, that means rebar. How does the 4800R handle that?
It's got a multi-layered defense system. We already talked about that. You have an under-crusher pan feeder, which is the first line of defense. Its open flow design helps prevent rebar from getting stuck.
But the real insurance policy
Is the cross-belt magnetic separator. It's a self-cleaning electromagnet, so your final product is clean.
when it has to be tough.
It is. It comes standard with a stainless steel-clad belt to resist tears.
Okay, so the specs and safety are incredible, but in the crushing world, it all comes down to efficiency and flexibility compared to the other guys. When we come back to the Lippmann Academy CrushCast, we're going to dive into the Lippmann Edge, how the 4800R really stands out against other rock crushers in the field. Stick with us.
Every ton that goes through your plant starts at one place, the primary jaw. If it isn't flowing, nothing is. That's why Lippmann heavy-duty jaw dies are built to do more than just crush rock. Taller teeth, a more aggressive profile, and bigger gaps let fines pass through, keeping your chamber clear and your material moving. You get improved material flow, better product size out of the primary, and less slabby material heading to your cones and impactors. That means fewer blockages, less wear on the rest of your circuit, and more tons per hour where it counts. As the OEM, Lippmann designs these jaw dies to the same standards as our crushers, with lifting tools available for safer, faster changeouts and reduced downtime. Want lower cost per ton and long-term reliability from your primary crusher? Talk to your local dealer today and ask about Lippmann heavy-duty jaw profiles. Lippmann, legendary crushers, leading solutions.
Ready to crush it at ConExpo 2026 in Las Vegas? Visit Lippmann in the Silver Lot. Meet our technical experts, connect with the sales team, and see the latest in crushing innovation. Don't miss out. Silver Lot, Lippmann booth.
Welcome back to the Lippmann Academy CrushCast. Now, let's rejoin Nick and Jessica as they continue the conversation.
Welcome back to the Lippmann Academy CrushCast. Nick, we've covered the amazing features of the 4800R. Now let's talk competition. How do these features translate into a real measurable advantage?
The advantage really centers on two things: maximizing your product's flexibility and just dramatically minimizing your downtime. Let's start with the screen.
Okay.
The adjustable slope 6x14 screen is a huge selling point. It lets operators pick between 4 different incline angles from about 21 to 29 degrees.
And why is that adjustability so important?
It gives you total control. If you're running easy dry gravel, you can set it for max production speed. But if it's something sticky, like wet asphalt, you can change the angle for precision screening to make sure your product is always in spec. A lot of other machines out there have fixed angle screens. You get what you get.
That's a huge deal. Now, on uptime, let's circle back to those maintenance tools.
We have to, Jess, because this is a key competitive point. The onboard jib crane and the undercrusher pan feeder. Several other competing rock crushers just don't include those as standard. On those machines, changing a blow bar is a higher risk job. And if you tear a main conveyor belt with rebar because you don't have a pan feeder,
you're dead in the water. Production stops completely.
Complete stop. The 4800R is designed to mitigate those risks right from the start.
Got it. What about product handling, creating multiple products at once?
That's where the dual 24-inch cross-conveyors being reversible is just essential. You can easily send material back to the crusher or send it off plant for stockpiling.
More options.
Way more options. And that standard return overflow chute keeps material in the plant, which means less cleanup, less wasted labor.
Let's get into the hard numbers, Nick. Where does Lippmann just offer more power or more size than the competition?
If you look at the spec sheets, the trend is clear. The 4800R's 415 horsepower diesel and that 175 kilowatt generator, that's just more power than several other rock crushers are offering. Some run on 350 horse, maybe a 140 kilowatt generator.
So more power means less strain.
Less strain under heavy loads and more juice for your auxiliary equipment.
And the feed opening, the size the rock it can take?
The 34-inch by 49-inch feed opening is noticeably larger than some other crushers. A bigger mouth means you can feed it bigger material, which can reduce the need for pre-screening.
Saves a whole step in the process. And the conveyors.
They're bigger too. The fines conveyor is 48 inches wide, where you might see 42 inches on some other machines.
Okay.
And specifically, one competing machine only has an 18-inch wide bottom deck cross conveyor. The 4800R has 24 inches.
6 inches doesn't sound like a lot.
Those 6 inches translate to enormous throughput gains over a week, a month, a year. It's huge.
So, Nick, let me ask you this. If a listener is comparing this against another machine, what really separates the 4800R in day-to-day operation?
It's the fact that the 4800R is a true all-in-one crushing and screening plant. Everything, the crusher, screen, conveyors, safety systems, and material flow, is engineered to work together as a single integrated solution.
So it's not about one component standing alone.
Exactly. It's the combination. The ability to roll one machine onto a site, make multiple products, manage recirculation, and stay productive without constant adjustment. That's why operators often describe it as the Swiss Army knife of portable crushing and screening.
Okay, let's wrap this up. The Lippmann 4800R really stands out, not just in power, but in smart design that prioritizes safety and keeping you operational. But Nick, there is one area we haven't touched on yet: that is becoming more and more important in modern crushing operations, and that's automation.
That's a great point, Jess. As plants get larger and production demands increase, automation plays a big role in helping operators keep things running smoothly and consistently.
So when we talk about production performance and throughput, automation isn't about replacing the operator. It's about supporting them.
Exactly. The automation systems built into modern crushing plants are designed to help maintain stable operating conditions. They monitor key parameters, help manage load, and support consistent material flow, so the machine can run closer to its optimal range.
Which means fewer interruptions and less time spent chasing adjustments throughout the day.
Right. Even at a very practical level, automation helps reduce variability. It protects the machine, supports uptime, and gives operators better control over production without adding unnecessary complexity.
And that really ties back to what we've been talking about throughout this episode. Smarter design, safer operation, and more predictable results.
Absolutely. Automation is one more layer that helps producers get the most out of an all-in-one system like the 4800R. And it's a topic we'll be diving much deeper into in a future episode.
Definitely. There's a lot more to explore there.
And here's the thought I want to leave with anyone listening right now.
What's that?
Given the flexibility of those reversible conveyors and that adjustable screen, the 4800R forces you to ask a new question. It's not just how much can you crush, but how many different products can you efficiently make on a single site with a single machine?
That's a fantastic way to look at profit, Nick. Thank you so much for walking us through this.
My pleasure, Jess.
If you want to dive deeper into the full range of Lippmann solutions, just contact a dealer from our network. You can find all their details right on the website, lippmanncrushers.com. And don't forget to download, subscribe, and share the Lippmann Academy CrushCast so you never miss another deep dive. Catch you next time.
Thanks for joining us on the Lippmann Academy CrushCast with Nick and Jessica. To explore more insights, catch new episodes, or learn how Lippmann is helping customers run smarter, safer, and more productive operations, visit lippmanncrushers.com and follow Lippmann Academy online. We appreciate you listening. See you next time.